What's going on, man? This is Joslyn of the Burbank Misfits. And of course, I'm always joined with my wonderful co-host, CW.
I don't even know if I can hear you, but I think I can hear you. But I'll be honest. I've been putting mushrooms in my chocolate. Mushrooms in my coffee every morning.
That's why you're deaf.
I mean,
you fuck. I didn't know that. I would have come on shrooms too. Actually, I have a shoot after this, so I can't.
See there. And of course, we're joined with someone who is so wonderful. I had the opportunity of meeting her in Florida at Exhibit Miami, and we just said, okay, we're really gonna get you on the podcast.
Let's talk shit about sports.
And I'm like,
all the people that play them.
And I'm so excited to have her on. And she's just such an awesome human being. You know, Miss Joslyn Jane, how you doing, Miss?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Okay, so before we get into everything, can you tell the poor, unfortunate souls who don't know who you are, who you are?
My name is Joslyn Jane. I'm a porn star. I've been...
Yes.
Tell the wretches of the earth. Tell the wretches of the earth about you. There's so much.
There's so much to cover. I'm a porn star. I've been doing porn for 7 years. I started as a cop who used to arrest black guys. And the whole plot was you can either go to jail or you can fuck us. And, you know.
That was the porn. That was the porn.
Yeah, that was
Black Patrol. If you don't know.
Hey, yeah. I think we all know black. It's all showing up. You're like, what is this shit?
When I came in, were you like, wait, she looks oddly familiar? Or no. You already knew? You already knew who I was?
No, I didn't know, but now I know. Now I remember being like, no. I don't know how I feel about this video exactly. But let me go ahead and see it through. Let me see it through.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
This is scary, and then it's not.
But it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Like, you're like, I wish cops would do that. I wish they would just grab my dick instead of taking me to jail and being a piece of shit. And that was really... And one of the comments on Pornhub when I first started was, she cured racism. And I said, you know what?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I've never been to jail, but I have been accosted by the police before. And it's like, I would rather have one, jerk me off. Than,
well, it's funny because I've been arrested, and when I was arrested, I looked like Princess Peach, so I was wearing this long pink dress, and the dude hit on me when I was zip tied.
Oh.
And I was like, you shiesty motherfucker. And this was before I became a cop, so that was part of my character. I kind of morphed him into Officer Jane a little bit. There's a little bit of him in there.
Okay.
But you know what, detective? Fuck you. A big fuck you to you. But also, you are part of Officer Jane. Congratulations.
Art, life.
Yeah, art imitates life. So before we'll come back to that, but we did want to talk sports with you because she's really into NFL, NBA.
I have a fantasy team.
So like we were talking about about doing this podcast, whatever, and like she said she's about to do her first. Was it your first one or your what number of your was it before you did your first one or after?
First what?
First team draft.
Oh, I've done drafts since 2018. I've been doing fantasy drafts.
I meant this year though.
We did it. So I'm sharing a team with a friend of mine, just because time wise, like sometimes I don't have time to set the teams up. But we did our draft last week.
Yeah. I finished like my last of my 6.
How do you do it? Do you do it on Yahoo or do you do it on?
I have 5 on NFL.com.
Okay.
And I have 1 on ESPN.
Okay, yeah, we do Yahoo. I'm not really sure. Like, it's like I guess that's like a little hood. I don't know.
I don't like Yahoo's mainframe.
Yeah.
Because it's
Because I was showing someone, so I was showing Isaiah yesterday after I shot with him. I was showing him my team, and he went into the Yahoo app and he was like, "This is weird. This is a weird setup, Joss." He was like, "Whatever." Like he wasn't judging me, but he was like, you could tell he was like, "This is some amateur shit."
He probably was judging.
What are you doing?
I told her this when Isaiah's in.
He's the sweetest. No, he's literally the sweetest human being I've ever met. Like so sweet and so humble, and he like. I knew he wanted to talk shit, and I was like, "You should." I'm actually kind of into it. Spit in my mouth too, choke me.
Yeah, like I've known Isaiah,
Friend of the pod, Isaiah Maxwell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Isaiah.
I've known Ike since before he started actually shooting, and he's always been the same way, which is great. You know that Midwest mentality. You know.
Yeah, because he's from Ohio.
Yeah, we're from Indiana.
My sister-in-law is from Indiana.
So
Oh, that's.
I don't know. It's a good thing about the way you
Interesting.
say that.
Where in Indiana?
Indianapolis.
Oh.
Where are y'all from? Gary, Indiana?
Originally.
Where are you
Fort
from?
Wayne.
Okay.
Fort Wayne.
So yeah, we just
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, Gary, Indiana. No, but like no, the thing is with my team, like since I did 6, I was able to get the same quarterback almost all of them.
Who was your quarterback?
Allen.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Bills fan.
You know what? I'm really okay. So I'm an avid Heat fan, but I'm also like, and I'm technically a Dolphins fan, but really I love the sport and the players more. Like my focus is more on that than like if I'm not like one of those delusional Dolphins fans who are like we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl because like we're not. But like it's nice that like we've like because since Dan Marino it's been a huge dip. So now that we have Tyreek and fucking Waddle.
The thing is this, and I always point this out because don't get me wrong, Dan Marino was a great quarterback.
Did you see his 30 for 30 when they asked him, what does it feel like to not have won the Super Bowl? And that motherfucker almost went into tears. And I was like, yo, interviewer, you're actually an asshole. And you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, but it's like, because he's never won a bowl. Like,
rude.
everybody put him in the top 3. And I'm like, I can't put him in the top 3 when you have Montana and you have Brady and you have, oh my God, the other dude from San Fran, Young, and I mean, like, you got so many other, QBs that, actually achieved the bowl.
But you also have to think, right? Like, it's kind of like the Jordan effect, right? Like AI. That's probably a reason why he never got a ring was because of Jordan.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't get
there were a
rings
lot
because
of
of
quarterbacks. Marino didn't get it because who was it? Elway or
Elway. That's early on, and then you have my quarterback, the Bills, when we went 4 in a row.
Yeah, so that's what happens with a lot of these players is like because there's one that's so dominant, they kind of like miss out on getting a championship, and it sucks. But that's just the way that sports is.
And that's why I said, like, don't get me wrong, like he's not a bad quarterback at all.
No, Dan Marino is arguably the best quarterback to have never won a Super Bowl. Arguably. One of the best.
No, I mean, yeah. I can't.
To have never won a Super Bowl.
The title.
Do you not agree with
title. No, the title that hurts. Just to be like, you're the best. You won.
I know. And when I saw the interview, I saw the tears in his eyes. I started to cry too. I was like, you just fucking struck a nerve, dude.
I would get upset too. It's like, come on,
I would have punched him in the throat.
Because
how do you feel not to breathe?
It is because like
that's what it feels like.
Like he's so beloved by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just not even just like Dolphin fans, whatever. He's beloved by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I agree. He's probably the top. Within top 3 is the best ones who've never won a
champion. Yeah, a Super Bowl.
Because there's a few quarterbacks who deserved it, and especially
just could never get to
especially during the Brady days.
Yeah.
That what? Especially during the Brady days, who should have
How many great quarterbacks lost out because Brady was just Brady?
Yeah, but you got all those.
You can't beat yourself up about it. Also, I go to Dolphins games a lot, and I usually sit, you can kind of see Marino. If you look over, he's, in the little, in the little office. Mm-hmm. Nicest guy. I grew up in Miami, so like we used to go to his restaurant all the time. I like met him. I used to do promotional modeling before I did porn. So like I've met him on like doing like events like for the Super Bowl and stuff. Like he's a really nice guy. Like really a stand-up person.
I've only been
who never won a Super Bowl.
I've been to 3 games at Dolphin Stadium. So I lived in Miami for 2 years.
Okay.
And since I am a Bills fan, they do come down
I have
there.
to tell you, I love the Bills. I love Josh Allen. The thing I love about Bills fans is they're so passionate. Like they're just like you've seen the whole thing where they fall on the tables. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think
Get the
that
tables.
like I think that I would love to go to a Bills game just because they're so crazy and I love their energy.
I never went through a table, but I've been to a tailgating one in Miami where we went through tables in Miami. And
I used to work those events, like as a promotional model, like handing out drunk people Rolaids. And they'd be like, I don't want your Rolaids, but I want your number. And I'm like, okay, have a great day. Continue, whatever. But yeah, Bills fans party hard as fuck. Eagles fans too.
Yeah, I know. I've seen videos of Eagles fans. And
Eagles fans terrify me. They're terrifying people.
The only thing I
know a couple of them. They're
terrifying. The only thing I don't like about Eagles fans is like when you leave the stadium, like if the other team won, they are very, very rude and mean to the opposing team.
I have a friend, true story. He was 16 years old. Goes to Philly, goes to an Eagles game. He's a Giants fan. He's 16. He makes the mistake of wearing a Giants jersey. They throw full-on beer cans at his head. And he's 16 years old. That's what I'm saying. Is like I've been to Raiders games. I wear a white shirt. You don't need to know what team I root for. It doesn't matter. Like you go to games like that, you wear something like this. You wear something neutral that you don't know what team I'm rooting for. I'm just here to watch the game. We ain't picking sides. Cause I know you've seen like people get into. So I studied abroad in Argentina, and they're super crazy about soccer over there. I remember going to a game with my ex, and we had to sit up in the rafters. He was like, "I can't have you with." They call them the Bahia Brava, which are like the hooligans that they have in London, right? Who are completely banned from stadiums because they literally used to kill each other over teams. It's crazy. It's like a cult over there. And I remember like looking down where all the Bahia Brava were, and they were fighting, literally getting into fistfights over who could put their sign up. I'm like, this is crazy. Wow. Like, touch grass.
See.
Get laid. Do something.
I think
like sports are fun, but like there's more to life than that, you know.
The thing is like I think everybody take it too seriously.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I understand you got to be passionate about the game.
Yeah.
Because you want your
in Argentina, it's a mental illness. Yeah. I remember when this was. So I was there in 2011. This was when I think it was River went down to, so the way that the rankings work in Argentina is it's A, B, C, and D. So A is the best teams, right? Mm-hmm. So I think it was either Boca or River ended up playing Gimnasia, which was a B team, and they got knocked down to B, and they were in the A category until Gimnasia knocked them down. My ex was watching the game. I took a nap. I could hear them breaking the stadium in my sleep. We were 40 blocks away from the stadium. Wow. I could hear them break. Wow. The players couldn't leave. They threatened to kill them. Damn. Like, yeah.
It's too serious.
Damn. It's so serious. And Eagles fans are kind of like that. They're very like it's like, dude, it's not that serious.
Like when it comes to football, like I went to Africa before I was in Ghana, and it was during.
They take it, Ghana.
It was like I love how passionate. That's when I got more into to soccer or football, because of how passionate they were.
Yeah.
During the World Cup in 2006. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. My parents lived in Brazil in the 80s when Pele was playing, and they said it was nuts. And I remember like Maradona, like when I lived in Argentina, like he was a god. Like if you had a Maradona shirt on, you were like cool. Like he's a god over there. He could do no wrong. Like they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And here it's just not, soccer's just not.
Yeah, I mean, like.
I mean,
come
now
on,
that
there's-
Messi's moved to Miami, it's
there's
become
some
a
teams-
little bit.
There's some teams out here that are good or fun to watch, off and on, and like the only time I personally only watch soccer is during the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's the same thing with basketball. I can't watch it until
My
the
whole
playoffs.
thing with soccer, so like soccer was really the first sport. So I grew up, my dad's dad was really big into sports. He was a Jets fan, he was a Yankees fan. I think he was a Knicks fan back when they were good, when, what's his name?
Well, he said
Ewing.
Patrick Ewing and
Yeah.
Starks.
And Starks, did that man just did this? That one? You guys saw the Bulls documentary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Starks has a lisp. So do you remember when he's like, did that man just did this, when he's talking about Michael Jordan?
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing the greatest impression, but it's one of my favorite memes to send to my friends. It's like, but yeah, so my issue with soccer now, because I got so into, so I grew up watching tennis. That was basically what we watched as kids. Mm-hmm. And then I had an ex who got me in, so I lived in Argentina, I got into soccer, and then I kind of got into UFC. And then I really got into the NBA. And the thing with soccer now, watching it, is it's such a low-scoring game that it's hard for me to keep my attention. With basketball, it's back and forth, and it's a high-scoring game. With soccer, it's a little bit.
Yeah,
See, I think with this
tie.
and the same thing with it's the same thing with basketball with me that made me watch it less than I usually do, but.
You think it's rigged? Because I have friends who have theories.
Rigged and the rules. There's so many new rules that keep getting added.
Yeah, let them fight. I want, you know what one of my favorite things to do is to go on YouTube and just watch the fights from the 90s. I mean, they used to just fucking go at it. That's why, honestly, and I always make this joke about, who's the guy, Golden State, who's just reckless?
I knew you were talking about not Draymond. What's his name?
Draymond. He doesn't play basketball. He plays football. He just tackles a motherfucker,
and this is the thing.
But that's good D. But that's also you're playing football.
This is the thing I've been saying, because everybody talked about the game in general, players today playing comparing. I'm like, the thing is, it's such a different game. People today, people from the 90s would do a lot better because of the rules that are implemented now.
But also, some of the shorter players probably wouldn't have had a chance. Muggsy probably wouldn't have been in the NBA.
Muggsy
because kids are getting more and more gigantic. Wembanyama, I saw him. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. We love you. But I saw him when I was in New York during the draft. I was just walking and I saw him in Times Square. It's like seeing a giraffe in the wild. You're like, this is crazy. I mean, he's 7'4". That in the 90s. I mean, Shaq was giant and he was 7 feet.
I think Grandma Ball would have got a ring if he was playing today. I can't think of his real name right now. Who's the dude that dressed as Grandma Ball? He played with Muggsy. He was a Hornet. He's in Space Jam.
Fuck! It's not Barkley. Fuck.
Wait, he was on Family Matters.
Yes.
I can't remember.
That person.
Yeah.
I believe he would have had a ring if he played today.
Yeah.
Compared to back then. But the thing is, it's so. If you breathe on someone wrong, you get a foul these days, and it's like.
Yeah, and then if you celebrate, that's part of the game. That's part of shit talking. I grew up as an athlete, and that's what I like to see. Is I want to see you shit talk.
Yeah.
I want my two favorite players of all time. This has not just my personal favorite players, AI and Dennis Rodman. Why? Because AI was fuck practice. I know practice.
It's not a
You talking
game.
about practice?
Well,
You talking
practice?
about practice? Fuck you.
I probably missed one
I'm
practice
going back
this
to the
year.
strip club.
I'm sorry. I love that.
No, I love AI. I love AI. And you know what? The thing about it that I love about AI is that I know people who have known him over the years, and they're like, yo, AI was just one of those dudes that was built different. He would close the strip club down, and then that night he would drop 40 on your ass.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. He's a fucking legend. Shout out to AI.
And then, of course, Robin the Worm, gotta love
Well,
everything.
so Robin I ran into a couple years ago, and I picked up something very valuable from him that I still use to this day, which is he said, "Good to see you." That motherfucker had never met me, but he just said, "Good to see you," because you never know if you've met someone before or not.
Ah.
And I was like, he's also a real. I ran into him at 11, which is a 24-hour strip club in Miami. For those of us who don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
We know now.
I used to think I was like really forgettable to some people. I met this one person once at the Playboy Mansion in passing, and we just said hi to each other. And then like when someone like it's just that fact of someone saying "good to see you," and it makes you think you remember me. It's like
Yeah.
yeah. Even if they don't remember who the F you are. Yeah, and like someone said that to me, I was like, oh, you remember?
Yeah, Robin made me feel special that day. I was like, I love you even more. Yeah, I read Robin's book and everything. Like I'm.
Oh, you're like, oh,
like yeah.
okay.
No, and like the way I
Good
just
to
think
see
he's
you.
so
Like,
funny. The
right.
way that he opens shoes. I mean, he's a fucking animal. I just love. He's a gremlin. I'm from Florida. I'm a gremlin. I appreciate a gremlin when I see one.
But yeah, I hate the whole celebration rule because there's so many plays. Well, celebration is taunting, and it's like, come on now, like they're set like. You can't like do a dance because.
Well,
you
yeah.
scored a
What about
touchdown.
the Angel Reese thing, right? If she, the whole debate, right, of if she were a white girl, because Caitlin Clark was doing the same shit to her, and and she did the "you can't see me" shit, which I thought was great. I was like, "You talk your shit,
Yeah,
girl."
because she did it all the time, like literally all the time, and then you do it once. The only thing,
And it's like, come on, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. You're
I
being
do-
fucking, yeah.
I do think what they were saying, what made it worse, like comparison, was the fact that she ran and chased her down, and to do it in her face.
Yeah.
Compared to Caitlyn, the other girl just doing it in general, and so I can
But
see.
Caitlyn poked the bear, and
Yeah.
that's one thing you don't fucking do. As
Well, yeah,
somebody
because she did
who's
say- she did
who's
say
one
she
of
had no
those who,
chance.
once you poke the bear, you don't go back. I mean, yeah, don't do it.
She's like, okay, I'm gonna show you.
You shouldn't have started it.
No, I agree with you. That's why I have no issue with it. But I did read their the reason why they were upset, and I can say yeah, but it's all fair play. It's not like it's all fair play.
Yeah.
And I really hate the penalty, especially because this destroyed the NFL because like if you celebrate, I tackled the quarterback and you celebrate,
Yeah.
or you step over somebody.
Well, like Jalen Waddle does the waddle thing, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, I think that's cute, but like there are some that but that's like I think he does that to water down what he would actually prefer to do because they were probably pulled him aside and were like, hey, you can't.
Gonna celebrate.
Well, and he also comes from the house of Nick Saban, and Nick Saban doesn't play fucking games. So.
it just bothers me because I know it was a game that the Bills were in. We lost and we like gave up.
Who'd you play?
I forget. I think it was against the Eagles last year. Was it Eagles? Yeah, it was when they were.
And
when they were
you know what?
dominating.
I hate to say this, like whenever Eagles fans win, it's just like it's so obnoxious. Like you don't have to like burn your city down. It's so crazy. Like in Miami, like there's other things to do. There's the beach. Like we have a lot of other things. I guess in Philly, there's not much else to do besides obsess about the fucking Eagles.
I will say this though, like depending on where like you are, if it's a regular game, it's no need to celebrate like that. But I do know, like this before you got to IU, like when my college we're going to the finals, like the entire like area, they were just breaking down trees, like they were just swinging, and it was hectic on campus, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, because we won a Final Fours game, we ain't win yet.
Yeah.
And we ended up losing
Where'd you go?
Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay.
I went there the year after Bobby Knight got fired.
Okay.
So I literally just missed Bobby.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were
Are there a lot of players who have been drafted from that school?
a few. There's been a few.
Yeah.
I know. Well, heck, one of them went to the NFL. That's what Hardy did. There's been a few that went.
Well, because you know they always talk about like the top 25 ranked like football teams are usually feeder schools for the NFL, but it doesn't matter. Like CeeDee Lamb, right? Went to, I think it was Oklahoma State. They live, breathe, and eat football, but he was the only one on that team that was drafted.
I mean,
if you're good enough, they'll fucking find you.
Right,
Look at Lamar Odom.
Randall L.
Same shit.
Randall L. went to IU.
Okay.
That's
that's true.
That's when I know that sticks in my
Like
brain.
Jimmy went to Marquette. Like Jimmy Butler went to Marquette. I think. Did Wade go to Marquette?
I'll say this. We had a player that ended up being one of the greatest of all time, and we didn't want to play him, and so he left our school and went to Indiana State.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like they didn't want to put like they literally we draft like he came to our school.
So who's your basketball team?
Oh, like I'm a Bulls. I'm Bulls. Like no,
I love Zach LaVine. I wish he had help. He's too cute to just be losing like
the
that.
NBA.
It hurts me.
The thing is, like I still cheer. I still cheer for all
And
the
he's
teams.
talented. It's Zach LaVine is talented. He just needs other talent around him. Is DeMar DeRozan still on the Bulls?
I haven't paid attention these last 2 years because
I love DeMar. I love DeMar. He's one of those who like he was such a great player, and it's it pains me because like their injuries, due to their injuries, they could have been so much better. There's another player who comes to mind, but I am blanking on him at the moment.
with the NBA, I've like whatever my teams I cheered for when I was a child.
D Rose, that's who I'm thinking of. D Rose could have been. It hurts I still love him.
I think it's like when he was early in his career, he was really fragile. So like glass. So it really
trust
hurt
me.
him.
We
Where's
had Oladipo on the Heat. Trust me, I know a motherfucker who's made of glass when I see one.
Is he a Knick now? Where is he now?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But I still love him. Shout out to him.
Yeah, because he's from the West. But the thing is like for me, like I still cheer for the teams I cheered for when I was a child, and my NBA things is the only one that switched because I was a fan of the Magic when they first entered the year, and that was the first time I really knew anything about basketball.
What team was that? Was that Shaq and?
That was '88.
Oh, okay, that was before Shaq.
That was like literally when they they were first franchised in.
Yeah.
And I just like the colors. And that's why I was cheering for the Magic. And then when what
I do a lot of my color coordinations, I look at team colors and I go off that. I'm like, well, if it works for them, it's gonna work for fucking me. No, it's actually a really good, except when it's purple and gold, I'm like, LSU, not the Lakers.
See, what's crazy is
Lakers fans are fucking annoying.
Like all my
They can be? What do you mean they can be? Let me tell you something. So when we were in the bubble,
okay.
Every single one of my Lakers friends said something. I muted every single one of them and I said, that's strike one. Mm-hmm. I said, strike two, you're fucking blocked. And the thing is that I'm a Heat fan, but like even if we had one, I wouldn't have rubbed it in their face. I know that they're in pain. It's like when that reporter asked Dan Marino, how does it feel to not win a Super Bowl? Yeah, it's painful. Like we don't have to talk about it. But Lakers fans are just like, oh, they're just gonna fucking rub their nose in it. And you're like, you know what? And when that's all I was, I went to NBA Summer League this year and I ran into so many Lakers fans and I had a Heat hat on and they wanted to start shit. And I was like, well, at least we made it to the fucking playoffs. Shut up. Like, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We didn't get there. I mean, listen, the whole thing with this playoff series against the Nuggets you talked about Space Jam earlier. It was basically like Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes going up against the Monstars. They're just too big. They're gigantic. Yeah. I saw Aaron Gordon in real life. I was in heels. I was 6 feet. He's still massive. I was like,
You're 5'10", right?
I'm 5'9".
Okay.
But I was wearing like 3-inch heels, so I was 6 feet.
No. I do.
Yeah, so I'm tall. So like, but even like when a dude's 6'7", because my brother and my dad are 6'4", but even if you're 6'7", I'm like, yo, that 3 inches makes a difference.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, in every way.
Like it does make a difference. But
You know,
but Eric Gordon's what, 6'10"? He's fucking massive, and he's built. Like he's very big. Like I golf in Miami, and Ray Allen and Alonzo Mourning play there all the time, and it's just like it's so interesting just because they have completely different body types. You know, Ray Allen's like very like skinny, but he's also like 6'4". And then you have Alonzo, who's like 6'11", who has like special clubs that he has to hit because he's so gigantic.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's 6'11".
and here I'm over here, and I'm 5'6", y'all.
Yeah.
5'6" and a half.
Like,
when I
what
get
were
there.
they feeding them? Like,
It's straight from the cow.
right? You know, and the funny thing is that I hated milk as a kid, but my brother loved it because my mom like bamboozled us. We would drink skim milk, and I was like, Mom, it's like
Water.
yeah, it's water milk, right? It's milk water. That's basically what it is. So I hated it. My brother drank it every night. He grew to be 6'4". I'm only 5'9", but I was like, you know what? If I was any taller, it would be crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm tall enough. I'm like that perfect, like, I'm tall, but like if I was even taller, I'd stand out even more.
Yeah, people be like,
I think I've.
Who's that fucking Viking?
kind of tall. Yeah, they're like, she tall.
I think I figured out later in life that like I personally I could drink vitamin D milk, but it's not the best kind I would like to drink. Like I can drink 2%, just drinking 2%.
Yeah.
Vitamin D, I probably need something to mix with it. Like if I'm eating cereal and dunking cookies, whatever. Like I need something that to dilute the D-ness.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why I drink that.
No, like when I went to college, I had a friend who lived in Denver. She grew up in Denver, and I basically realized when I was 19 that I was like gaslit my whole life about milk. And I was like, wait. So she was like, so when I was a kid, we drank 2%. Home milk was like a treat. I was like, yeah, we only had skim milk in my house. Like the closest thing we had to like the closest thing we had to whole milk was half and half that my parents put in their coffee. And it was still fat-free half and half Lando Lakes because it was the 90s and we were all terrified of fat at the time.
On a side note, I think 1% tastes worse than skim milk.
Really? I don't think I've tried 1%. I've only tried 2.
1%.
And whole.
The fuck?
I feel like a cat
I've never
drinking out of a saucer.
I've tried skim 1%, 2%, and whole, and I don't even know what 3%.
I've never 1%.
Yeah, 1%.
I thought it just went like red, blue, light blue,
Yeah.
skim, 2%.
Yeah, the label, the color of the label. So skim was blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1%.
But I don't
Yeah.
drink milk now. You know, I have a friend who is a kid, and he has a theory that we're all like a little lactose intolerant. So his kid.
I think we are.
Yeah, I think all of
Yeah.
us are to an extent. Like, okay, so when I was a kid, I used to love Dairy Queen. Now I can only eat half a Blizzard, and then my stomach is like, oh, you raggedy bitch. And I'm like, I have a stomach ache, and I stop. I'm like, I can't do this right now.
See, it's just
It makes it.
Splatterhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Like, it
Splatterhouse
makes
for
me realize, like, as a kid, like, I was like, oh, no wonder I felt like shit half the time. Because I was just eating chemicals and just eating whatever.
I ate so much candy and
Eating
processed
eating
meat.
fruit
Till.
roll-ups. Yeah.
It's teal. That's 1% milk.
Wow.
Teal.
Oh, I didn't know.
Teal.
I never got 1%.
Yeah, I've had 1%. Like,
Wow.
I bought it by mistake because I was buying 2%.
Was that
and I grabbed the wrong
between,
one.
like, is like
Did you drink it or
the
did you
skim
throw it
is
out?
like 250, the 2% is 279, it's
It
260.
ended up spoiling in my. It ended up getting thrown out.
Yeah.
Because it was bought by mistake.
I
I'm
also
like,
can't buy milk anymore. I'm never in the house for long enough, so I prefer like almond milk or oat milk or something like that if I'm gonna have a milk.
Well,
I buy a small amount to
I
cook
buy.
with.
Yeah. But half and half lasts forever.
I usually purchase the grass-fed milk because it lasts a lot longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm always looking at the expiration dates. I'm like, oh, October? Okay, got
yeah,
it.
because I had
I might not be
Yeah.
back till October.
I looked at that stuff and be like, this seems kind of long from now, but okay, that's what you say.
You never know.
I purchased some milk at the start of August that didn't expire till like sometime in September. That was grass-fed milk. So and that was
But
Isn't
okay,
it the beginning of September?
Speaking of yeah, we're at the beginning of
Okay.
September.
I mean, it's gone now.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
I said I bought it in the beginning of
Yeah,
August.
you said somewhere in September. I was like, you just started.
Yeah,
No, I said I
sometimes it
bought
can
it,
last
I bought
like
it
3
the-
weeks to a month. The almond
Yeah.
and oat last for really
It has
long.
longer because it's different. It's a different make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of. I'll buy it when I eat a lot of cereal. I
don't even
ever
eat cereal anymore.
I eat it as like
I
a
used
snack.
to, but like I don't eat carbs anymore really like
Oh.
that.
I got to.
I had carbs at breakfast though today. It was
What'd you
really
have?
good. So I had an omelet with like a bunch of like bacon, apple sausage, and then I had whole wheat toast, and then I put the egg on my whole wheat toast and I eat it like that, like a little like a breakfast
like
sandwich. Yeah.
That sounds.
But I try not to eat carbs after 4.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But still, like we were talking about working out, you have to eat carbs. Like,
Yeah.
but also carbs are in everything. But like you do have to eat carbs to grow. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna grow if you don't eat
Consume
carbs. Like if you
carbs.
want a fat
Oh,
ass, you gotta eat
yes.
some bread.
Yeah. Yeah. Something.
Listen to that, ladies. Take it from me.
I've been slowly cutting out some things from my diet just for health reasons.
Also gluten, like when I think about carbs, I'm like I like when I stopped eating them, I did like loose keto. I lost a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, I have more energy. And it was because gluten, also, we talked about how everybody is a little bit lactose intolerant. I think we're all a little bit gluten intolerant as well. And it's just different degrees of it, right?
I
You
didn't.
need nice, whole, natural foods.
I didn't see someone
Potatoes.
have a bad gluten reaction until like I think 2017, and they were sitting next to me and like the nurse brought them something to eat, whatever, and because they had just came in, and they didn't know about their gluten thingy, and
They should have told, maybe they didn't know.
They didn't know. They had literally just got into the hospital, but they needed to eat. They had to get some food in their stomach because I think they get in trouble if you don't eat for a certain amount of time. And they ate wherever they ate. I forget what it was, and then they had a reaction. Then it was a whole
Celiac is a real
and
thing.
They were in the bed
professor,
right
yeah.
next to me. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I had a professor in college who had celiacs, and she showed us pictures. I mean, it's horrific.
Yeah.
Like it's like psoriasis on steroids. It's like she had all these like just inflammatory. It's an inflammatory response. We're also all very inflamed, all of us.
Most
Like
of the time, yeah.
that's why you should take turmeric. Listen to me.
Raw star.
What's
Turmeric.
Turmeric helps with inflammation.
Yes.
What supplement can I get turmeric in?
You can take.
So I take
pills,
one that
guess.
I'll send you what I take. I take turmeric, something with a Q.
Cortisol Q.
some-
Cortisol Q.
No.
Oh wait, no. The Z
Quercetin-
Q.
Yeah.
For your joints.
Yeah. And that mixed with bromelain. So
Yeah.
bromelain helps with bruising. Because I like to get fucked hard. So when you go on set, they're like, you
can't do this
Yeah, you
here.
have a hand mark on your ass. You have a bruise. Sorry. We have to shoot you tomorrow. I'm like, all right, no, fuck you. I took my bromelain today.
Bromelain.
Eat a dick.
I mean, because right now, like, one of the things that I've been mainly taking outside, iron pills, and I take my one a day.
Rostar doesn't eat green vegetables.
I drink this
Are you
stuff.
scared of them?
I don't like the taste. Like,
I had a buddy like that, and he said I hated vegetables, and then he realized when he became an adult that he just didn't live with anybody that knew how to cook vegetables.
No,
They just
no,
boiled
don't
them.
get me wrong.
And it's like
I have.
he started roasting them, and he's like, "These are
Well,
so
see, I
good."
grew up in Miami, so really all you need to do, honestly, little bit of olive oil, some all-purpose
No, because
seasoning.
because like I've been eating green beans a lot more because I figured out how to season them, whatever. And the thing is like outside of that, I have these powders that give you like I have this superfoods.
I tried A1 for a little bit. I tried A1, AG or A1. You know what I'm talking about? Like that green stuff that they promote on Instagram. And I was just like, I started, it made me puke. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm
Like
done.
for me, it
I'm
tastes,
just going to eat more vegetables.
Yeah.
it tastes,
You know, the fiber, it helps
tastes-
with the...
it tastes
Like I
really
was
good.
at breakfast today.
Roscoe, how many poops do you have a day?
I pooped yesterday.
You only
Yesterday,
see,
how many times?
One in the evening.
And then one in the evening, and then before that.
I don't
how
eat
many
Hey,
poops?
one a day. Oprah even said it.
I don't eat a lot though.
What was the shape of it, too?
He used to, I kid you not, go 4 or 5 days without shit.
Oh, that's not healthy at all. That's horrible. I had a friend like
But it
that in college who used to hold it in, and she'd be like, "I'm bloated," and I'm like, "I wonder why,
gotta
you
take a
dumb
shit.
bitch."
No, the thing is though, like
What's
no.
wrong
What he's failing to say
Full of shit.
is like I probably eat like one big meal a day.
Me too. I'm the same way. If I get one more meal a day, I'm doing well. But like when I wake up, I usually have like a banana, a power bar, some yogurt. I do some stuff I gotta do, go to the gym, and then after the gym, that's when I have my power meal.
Yeah,
I gotta poop twice.
I don't even eat breakfast like that. So mainly I eat one big meal a day and that's it.
You don't even snack in between?
Sometimes I don't.
Motherfucker, lie.
Huh?
Huh?
I said I don't.
You'd
lie.
excel in prison.
Liar.
I don't.
You said, okay.
Now I said now. I'm talking about now.
He'll say, he's saying he has all kinds of snacks. He constantly eats candy all day.
I don't.
okay.
Also,
No, that's you.
Also,
I have it in the house. But I don't eat
also,
I have a blow pop I went to Tao last night and I tipped the lady a bunch of money and I took all her candy. So if you guys want a blow pop, I have one.
it. No, because I have.
Or he'll order a lot of food and then eat it over the course of the day.
Sarah J's like that too.
Okay, I'll give you
she'll
that.
She'll order
I'll give you that.
she'll order like literally enough food for like 5 people, and then we'll just take bits and pieces
Yeah,
of it,
no,
and then she'll
because-
take it home. Yeah, and like
because
eat it over several.
here's
I'm
the
the
deal.
same way.
Here's the deal. Like if I order a pizza, okay, I'll eat the whole pizza myself, but it might take me like 4 hours to eat it.
Yeah.
So it's still one meal.
If I eat
but it's
Still
not,
like
literally,
2,000 calories.
I can eat one piece of pizza and I'm
using that-
fine.
I'm
I'm
using that as
full
an
enough,
example.
and I almost feel sick, and I'm like, I'm good. Like we don't have to do that again for another year. I had ulcers when I was a kid, so
eat
my
a
stomach
whole
is
one.
all types of fucked. I usually try to eat the same 10 foods a day.
Oh shit.
You know, but I'll eat any types of vegetables. I love fruit.
I love fruit.
I'm not a picky eater at all. Like I grew up, the one thing I don't like, the one time, because this was how speaking of, my mom was a Leo, so she was like, I was doing my laundry by the time I was 8. Like I was already a very independent kid, because she was like, I'm not doing this shit for you. I'm not your fucking maid. I'm your mom. Fuck you. Which I respect. She used to cook these salmon steaks, and they were thick as shit from Publix, and they had the netting around them. And when she used to cook them, like imagine as like a little kid, you're like this is where I draw the line. Like I eat oysters, I eat tons of shit, but like that thick ass thing of salmon, I was like, I'll make a PB&J. That's the one time I ever made a peanut butter risotto sandwich.
I'm an extremely
I
picky
can't eat
eater.
liver. Like liver and onions.
I used to love liver when I was like in high school. I haven't had it in a while, but chicken liver is really
Like
good.
I'm an extremely
I've heard
picky
chicken
eater.
livers are really good.
So that
I had goat in Argentina. It's a little gamey.
I love goat. Cause for example, like I can eat a potato almost any way you can make it, but I cannot eat mashed potatoes.
I don't
Why? Is
really
it the
like baked
consistency for you?
potatoes.
Is it the consistency?
It's the same thing with baked potatoes.
It's childhood trauma.
It's like if I gave you
Why? Because it was from the box?
no, like
you get it every
was
day.
like sometimes like in my house, it was like for some reason all we had was fucking potatoes for a long time. So we had baked potatoes like every fucking day. So now I'm like, ugh, fucking
Yeah.
baked potato.
See,
and he had mashed potatoes.
See, I grew up with my grandmother, and like my cousin lived with us, and like he wanted mashed potatoes every freaking day, and like after so long of eating it every day, just tasting it is like, ugh.
Yeah.
take this away. And it's not that it's bad. It's just like I just literally
Yeah.
I've had enough potatoes to last me a lifetime.
Yeah.
And so, but everything else, like I don't like green food.
I like
But
roasted potatoes, I would say.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah,
have my
I
druthers,
like roasted
like,
potatoes. I like almost any other way you can make them. Fries, with or without the salt. Almost any other thing else
okay,
you can do with it.
who makes your favorite fry in your opinion, fast food wise?
Rallies.
Checkers, same shit.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say
That's not even a thought.
Yeah, it's
the best.
Like I would say this. Back in the '90s, the way that KFC used to make them before they went to potato wedges,
yeah, those
were good.
I always like Long John Silver's.
I've never been to Long John's.
Oh, Long John Silver's.
There are a couple in Miami, but I've never been. See, I'm not a fish person.
I would
really.
never eat the fish. They have these chicken planks, and then the batter on the chicken planks, it'd be like on the fries too, kinda. So it'd be super crunchy fries.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I used to like KFC. Like I used to like Long John Silver's.
Yeah, I don't really like fish that much.
They got rid of it.
I like bay seasoning too. Like I like it when people put bay seasoning on potatoes.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
I don't think I've ever had someone put Old Bay on.
You never seen like
You never
when
been
you
to
go
New
to like a
Orleans?
boiling crab or like a
seafood
like
boil.
that.
No,
Yeah.
not fries.
Same, yeah. Oh
Not
no, they're
fried.
really
Not
good on
fried,
fries.
yeah.
I've had it on like
Yeah.
Kind of spicy. I
seafood,
don't know for
seafood.
you, but it's kind of spicy.
Man, I just did a chick. I just did a.
Oh yeah, you did that chip.
I did a hot wing challenge.
kid just died.
And survived. Yeah, because
I would die.
he ate 11 of them or 8 of them or something like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
Yeah, he ate like 9. Okay, so you know the one chip challenge, right? Where it is a really really hot chip, and you're only supposed to eat one because they give you danger saying do not consume this many, whatever. This dummy ate 8 of them.
Rest in peace, 14-year-old child.
And he
said this dummy.
He died?
He died, and he had 8 of them, and it was like
Okay, I'm sorry.
He
but
died.
That's Darwinism at its finest. How fucking stupid can you be? Also, when I was a kid in elementary school, as a dare, I ate a ghost pepper, but I did it for money, obviously.
See,
like,
But I ate an entire loaf of Wonder Bread after that. Like, and I was in tears, and I was like, never again. But I got some money out of it.
it's always somebody around like, yeah, go ahead. It's not going to
It's always somebody like poking the bear. Yeah, do it.
it's not that bad. I've done a lot of dumb things for free. Like for EA Sports, they were going to campus, and I drank 3 bottles of hot sauce straight.
I drank a bottle of mustard.
And then I
How
went to.
bad was your diarrhea?
I didn't have diarrhea, but like when I was in my next.
He probably didn't. That's when he wasn't shitting for like 5 days.
No. Listen.
This is back in those
Let me
days.
finish. I didn't get diarrhea.
Marinated and
I didn't get diarrhea.
Sizzling.
neutralized.
I did have to go poop.
Screaming.
I did have to go poop at like an hour later, and I was in class.
Okay, wait.
We do need to touch on this, whatever, at some point. What do you have coming out that everybody should look forward to?
Oh, so I have a new scene with Isaiah Maxwell coming out.
Okay. She's been talking about it all day today. Like, I just shot with Isaiah Maxwell.
I have a scene with Ebony Mystique, Yum the Boss, and Nade Nasty.
Okay.
That's out on my OnlyFans as well.
Okay. Nade's cool, people. I get to hang out with him a
I
little
like
bit
Nade. He's
more.
cool.
And yeah.
I taught him how to stretch out his hip when we shot, because he was like, my hips are always tight, and I was like, I got you, my man. Because I used to peg dudes. So I know how it's like, yeah.
you gotta stretch out your hips.
Okay, weird conversation.
No, you do. Like, it's one of my, and I also, I travel with a yoga strap so that I can like
Stretch out
my leg, especially. Because my left leg gets tight, especially when I run a lot.
A yoga strap. That's for stretching, not a strap.
Yeah, I have those
You
too,
got
though.
those too.
You know this. For some reason, like somebody.
Oh, you mean that type of strap? I meant another type of strap.
She got a strap.
A strap.
She
like
got all the
like
straps
for your penis.
Yeah.
Like for your fake dick when you.
Oh
fuck a girl.
yeah, okay.
We call that a strap.
Talking about all the
We call
straps.
that a
Yeah,
strap.
that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
damn.
I thought you were talking about. I'm from Florida, so you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know she got the strap too.
So
she got all the straps.
So for some
She's
reason,
strapped up.
So for some reason, I've been bouncing around certain like Instagram, like people like on live feeds, and a lot of them have been talking about pegging lately, and I'm like,
You saw that rapper that came out? You saw that rapper that came out? So it's some like unknown dude, and I feel like he honestly did it so that he could go viral because like my friend sent it to me, so it worked. He got attention. So it's this dude admitting, I think it was.
yeah, you know, it's just like.
Okay, so it's you want me to pull it up because I can.
No, you don't. You know, the thing is, like, it's just like I don't judge anybody else's fetish.
Yeah.
Or what they enjoy.
No, but now I'm curious to know rapper.
So it's just.
You never play with your dookie shoe?
I don't. I was.
Do you like getting your ass
in the
eaten?
shit
No,
pit?
I was saying this last night on Instagram. I personally do not like anybody touching my booty hole, at all. It's always
Okay, so the rapper's name was Phor. Never heard of him. Never even listened to his music.
Who that is?
Yeah.
it's just-
So he admitted that he dated a lot of dominant women, and it kind of started with like they wanted to peg him. And listen, as somebody who is a dominant person, I can be both. I'm a switch. But like because I'm a switch, I've never been like, hey, by the way, I want to peg you. Like you have to bring that up first.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like I'm cool with just eating your ass and doing shit like and putting a finger in there. But if you want me to peg you, I will. But like I'm not gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Like you have to bring that up. But this dude openly admitted to like Angela Yee on lip service.
Like, yeah. I like it when my girl strapped up.
But I have pegged a dude. So this was years ago at FedCon. And I pegged a dude. And it was... So he was like... So he had a whole setup. It was like these Italian-made harnesses.
Wow. He was
Like strapped for... Yeah. And they were like... And he was like, this is Italian leather. Like, this one was made in Amsterdam. I'm like, okay. Like, whatever. We all have our thing, you know? And I mean, he took the biggest fucking dildo I've ever seen. As somebody who can shove an 8-inch dildo all the way down her throat, I was thoroughly impressed by the depth of his asshole.
That reminds me that reminds me really quick of what you were saying before we started.
I went to the base.
What we were saying before you started about the 10-pound. There's a 10-pound dildo, or what were we talking about?
Yeah, the 10-pound dildo that Bad Dragon sent me because I said extra large, not looking at the fucking dimensions. God. And it also has a pump, so it comes. You can make it come, and it's fake cum and it pumps out of it. It has a name and everything. We call it dragon's breath.
So since our time is limited, there's one thing I wanted to talk about before we left too. We were talking before we started. I was telling you that, like in my house, and I say this a lot to people, like I literally have boxes upon boxes of toys I just give to people because like some I get for free, some I pay for, and it's just like they're just there, and I'm like, please take this.
Yeah.
Because like whenever I like.
Well, whenever you go to XBiz or AVN or anything, they always give you a goodie bag, and there's always a vibe. There's always a toy in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
at least one, if not more.
But that's what people go. People come to my house and shop, and I'm gonna tell you something about that after we leave. But tell everybody where they can find you, where they can enjoy your content, where they can love everything about you, because you are very, very fun. And I hate that we have so much limited time. You are very fun. I can talk to you for hours.
No, I know.
So,
thank you. Stay with you. So my OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/Joslyn Jane. My ManyVids is officerjane.manyvids.com. My Twitter is @XXJoslyn. That's JOSLYN. And then my Instagram is XOJosJane because I've been deleted about 14 times, so I have to get creative with the usernames.
Real quick, CW, where can they find you?
CC Fitness LA on all platforms.
Okay, you want to find me? I'm RAWSDARR on Twitter and on Instagram. If you want to find us, we are the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Facebook, and on the Twitter. burbankmisfits.com. That says everything we do from photography, graphics, this fine fitness facility, and everything else that we do. Please make sure you go out and support and purchase. Don't steal. Purchase all of her content. Enjoy it. You see, she is so cool and down to earth.
I
And
can also fit a 13-inch dick down my throat, so
that's something you should just go and look at.
I should have started with that, huh?
And we will see you. We will see you
now they
on
know.
next week. Be well, stay blessed, be good to each other.